Hey, guys, and welcome back to another live stream. Gizmo's excited, he's already out there letting everybody know to get their, so make sure they get their notifications so that we can go live here. All right. It's a very important topic. I know a lot of people out there are probably interested to hear, what my thoughts are. But more importantly than anything else, I speak Spanish, and obviously, I have a completely different perspective of, kind of like what's going on. I understand coherently, without a problem, the Mexican president and her response already to everything that's been going on. And, even as far as like Marco Rubio, I mean, you got to remember, I'm a Cuban from Miami originally. So I kind of know that guy. I've been knowing him for a long time. So, all these impacts, not just to Mexico, Latin America, there's a lot going on here. So before we go too deep into it, just want to make sure we got the, sound check and everybody's making their way into the chat. I do want to start off, by saying the reality is that don't worry, okay? There's a lot of things going on right now and a lot of fear going on right now, but just straight up, you know what I mean? Nothing to worry about. A lot of political theater going on all over the place, and we're gonna go into detail, okay, as to what everything is going on, and I'll be taking questions as usual as well. You know what I mean? So, again, we got a lot to talk about. Let me know, please, if the sound, the music, I got a little music in the background. I'll turn it off, once I start going, with my rants, when I start going into, full Jose mode, as you guys already know. And again, another thing I do want to say to people out there in the audience, a little caveat before we get started. Because again, a lot of people always ask, always wonder, and especially these days, more than ever, okay, for whatever reason, everybody has to be on a team. Team Trump, team Democrats, team Republicans, team whatever. Listen, I'm on team nobody. All right, I'm on team USA. I'm on team Mexico. I'm on team Jose. I'm on team you guys. But that's it, okay? I'm not I don't follow. I'm not into that stuff, okay? So just FYI, want to make sure, everyone's knows what's going on with that, all right? And for some of you guys already that know my background and my history, you guys already know kind of where I lean, even though again I have no affiliation with nobody or nothing, but some people out there have to label me. So I would fall more into the libertarian, I guess, situation, even though I'm not affiliated with them or anyone or nothing. Trust me. Okay. So, but you know what I mean? Especially if you watch the channel long enough, you already know what I'm about. You know what I mean? I'm all about, leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. I want to live in peace. I'm here to, help the community, I just want to be a human living, in this world. That's all. You know what I mean? I don't want to be, rooting for a team. If I'm going to be rooting for a team, I'll root for my crappy Miami Dolphins, okay? Or something like that. All right? I whatever. Or the local baseball team here in Merida, all right? The Leones, all right? And that's about it. All right? So just kind of want to give let everyone a little background on that before we get too carried away, because I know a lot of people, they just whatever. Anyway, so a lot of people have a lot of questions, a lot of concerns, right now, with the new president. And it doesn't matter whether you voted for him or not. It really doesn't, And by the way, not the new president, this is his second going here, right? So, round two. Anyways, but seriously, the reality is that a lot of people have concerns out there. And again, concerns on both sides, whether you voted for him or not, concerns as to whether he's going to do what he says or not, and, and especially if you're thinking about moving to Mexico, living in Mexico. There's been a lot of rhetoric. By the way, please, I apologize for Gizmo out there. It's probably some other dogs, while running around out front. But anywho's, a lot of people have a lot of concerns, because the political rhetoric, with Trump this time around has been, kind of like a little focused on Mexico and on Latin America. And again, I've had my own concerns, and I've again delved deep into kind of what's really going on here, and try to educate myself as best as I can, because again I look at it from a different perspective as well, because I'm actually living in Mexico, been living in Mexico for a very long time. um, and yeah, that's not going to change anytime soon. And I'm also well versed on my my country, my country of origin, which is the USA, the mighty empire, what we're capable of, and yada yada yada. But again, there's a lot of things going on. So look, let's just get right into the facts, and then I'll start ranting, okay? And I'll start going on with, my opinion, my thoughts, yada yada yada. Okay, let's just go straight into the facts and what happened, basically in the last few days, okay? So in the last few days, all right, basically Trump, he got elected. I mean, he got elected. He got inaugurated, right? He got basically, put into place in the presidency on January 20th of 2025. So basically 3 days ago, right? So this is day 3, okay, of his presidency. And right off the bat, he's already been doing basically a lot of the things that he said he was going to do. And again, that's concerning for some people, or not. You know what I mean? It just depends. So, but let's just talk about Mexico, okay? Because that's what this channel is all about. So, the main thing here, okay? The main whatchamacallit, a form of contention, I guess, between Mexico and the USA at the moment, per se. Again, this is what's shown to you, okay, on the news or whatever, okay? But anyways, the contention, okay, is that, the immigration situation, okay? The immigration situation that we already know well, okay? We don't have to go into detail, especially if you're living in the USA, you know the situation extremely well. Okay, so with that said, the situation in Mexico with immigration as of today, as of now, you know what I mean? Well, not now, but things have changed since Claudia Sheinbaum has taken presidency in October. But what I was going to say is that the same problems that the USA was having, okay, is having, okay, with immigration right now, Mexico was also having. And the thing is that even though in the USA, all right, we're just more used to, okay, these immigration situations. I know that what happened in the last several years has been unprecedented, all right, but the point I'm making is that we're just more used to receiving influxes of immigrants. In fact, my parents was one of those influxes. Okay, all right, so and I could go on and on. I'm sure a lot of you guys in the audience as well, whether you're Mexican, whether you came from, I don't know, whatever country you came from, okay? America, land of the immigrant, land of the free, whatever. Okay. And Mexico, low key, believe it or not, has also been, kind of like that. But the thing is, as you know, most people throughout the years, throughout history, have always wanted to go to the USA over other countries, especially Mexico. So obviously, you know what I mean? There's is more of a diversity and more of a history, with the whole immigration situation in the USA. All right. So the immigration, that's been going on the last several years, okay, that has overrun many American cities, and has overtaken and over exhausted a lot of how do I say this? The grid that supplies, stuff for everybody else there. Well, the same thing has kind of been going on in Mexico, because a lot of these immigrants, as they were making their way through Mexico, they're basically leaving a path of destruction. Okay, a mess. All right. In many places, they've had to stay waiting for their papers, whether it's their Mexican papers or whether they're American papers. So whether it's all along the Mexico-U.S. border, on the Mexican side of the border, there's been a lot of, immigrants there. When it comes to like places like Mexico City, many other places in Mexico, again, tons of immigrants just kind of like, again, doing the same thing as they're doing in the USA. Tent cities, living on the street, crime, everything. It's gotten back. And Mexico's gotten to the point where the same Venezuelan gangs that were doing, problems in the USA. Well, guess what? They've been doing problems here in Mexico, and the Mexican cartel is like, hey, what are you doing? This is our territory. What's going on here? And they've been pushing back. So, like I said, it's a very similar situation. All right, we're more alike than we are not. Okay, so. Anywho's, when President Scheinbaum, and I talked about this in the past, when she took presidency, one of the main things that she said she was going to do is basically what Trump said he was going to do, which is start deporting everybody. Again, illegal immigrants, not legal. Okay. So again, for people out there in the audience, if you're here legally, you got no problem. If you're here illegally, again, please, start updating your status. I'm not talking about that you're here illegally for 2 days as you're waiting for your R&E to process, or let's say that you overstayed your visa while you were on vacation in Cancun. No, I'm not talking about that. Okay, I'm talking about a lot of you guys out there that have been here for years without ever rectifying your situation. So hey, now's the time before it gets a little crazy. The point I'm making is that, look, the whole immigration situation is something that both countries are basically dealing with, okay? And it's very similar. So what has President Scheinbaum, Claudia Scheinbaum, the president of Mexico, what has she done since October? Again, remember, October, November, December, January. We're close to the end of January, okay? So that's been, again, October, November, December, 4 months. What has she done in the last 4 months? Well, basically, since day one, going forward, she's been deporting a bunch of MRFers, all right? She's been deporting a lot of people, okay? And again, not anyone that is watching this live stream, okay? Nobody, okay? None of us, okay? Who is she deporting? The same people that they're deporting in the USA, meaning all these illegal immigrants that have come to the USA and basically, have done a lot of crime, a lot of mischief, a lot of whatever, okay? Not all the immigrants. Again, there's a lot of propaganda, rhetoric, whatever, out there, where a lot of, again, Mexicans that live in the USA legally, they're scared that they're going to get deported. They're not. Okay, anyone in the USA that's legally there, you're not going to get deported. Same as anyone in Mexico that's legally here, you're not going to get deported. That's not what any of this is about. But if you're here illegally or in any country, and again, depending on what you're here for, we're not talking about whatever. We're just talking about the illegal immigration situation. So, since she took office, she has already been deporting people. She's already been closing all these. How do I say this? They've been. Sorry. I was reading some comments. What do you call those places? Detention centers or refugee camps, whatever. Those. Maybe people can help me in the audience here. My English not so good sometimes. Anywho's, she's been closing those left and right. Again. Okay. And she basically, what she was just saying in one of her speeches the other day, she goes, look, right now, some parts of Mexico has a lot of snow, a lot of bad weather. We're going to help those people, with a little shelter, a little food, a little whatever. But as soon as the snow is gone, the weather is back to normal, they gone. They gone just like everybody been gone. And so basically, asylum centers, again, political. Okay. So all these things. So no more political asylum. No more, again, no more help to the immigrants. Okay. Because again, because of the former administration in the USA that was kind of, allowing all these immigrants through, Mexico was basically processing them, giving them their papers so they can keep going through Mexico, get to the border and get out of here. Because Mexico doesn't want them either. Okay. But now that, again, Trump got into power, or again, Claudia knew that Trump was going to get into power. Don't ask me how, ask her. Anyways, regardless, even if Trump didn't get into power, this is something that she was going to do, which is to start getting rid of all these things. So now, again, she's already been deporting people. Again, Venezuelans, Guatemalans, whatever, Haitians, Chinese, whatever, everybody. All right. If you're here illegally, you're gone. So she's been doing that. She's been closing the asylum camp. She's been closing the whatever. She's only been kind of like helping, again, in situations right now, hey, if you're under snow, whatever. Okay. But regardless, what she's been doing is she's also been rounding up all the immigrants, okay, illegal immigrants, and she's been taking them out of here. Now, again, Mexico does not have the resources, okay, as the USA does. So, what Mexico does is that they put them on a bus or a plane, okay, depending on where they are, and she basically drives them all the way down to where they came from. And where did they come from? The Guatemalan border, okay? In fact, might as well, hold on a second, let me put it on the map so you can kind of just get an idea what I'm talking about here. Give you guys a little bit more perspective on the situation, okay? But what Claudia has done is that she's gotten everybody, okay, in the last 4 months and continue to do so. She's rounding everybody up, okay? Hold on a second. Uno segundo, por favor. Anyway, she's been rounding everybody up and bringing everybody to the border, okay? So just so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. Okay. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So you see right there. All right. So basically, you're like, oh, what border, what area? Okay, listen, like again, I live here. We live up there in Merida. All right. Shout out to Merida. All right. We live up there. All right. In the Yucatan. But, all this is like jungle and stuff like that. Nobody's coming through here. All right. There's nothing there. And nobody's going up there. Everybody's on their way to the promised land. All right. Up there. Okay, you can see it. Boop. Okay, look. Boop. Okay, you already know. All right, but on their way. Remember, they go through Central America. Okay, well, we're gonna talk about all that. There's a lot to talk about here. Again, all right. This all affects Mexico. If you're living here, moving here, whatever, doesn't matter. You're in the U.S. Okay. So the main area. Okay, again, remember they're coming through. Again, South America. Boop, 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 boop. I know you can't see my mouse, but anyways, they're coming through, El Salvador, whatever, right? Well, I think El Salvador's not playing that. I'm not quite sure. Whatever. Whether they're going around there or through it, it doesn't matter. They go to Guatemala. Those are a lot of mountains here too. You see? Boom. All right. Anywho's. So anyways, they make their way all the way through this bottom part and they come through here. This is it. This is the area. Okay? Right there. Those areas, okay? So that's where they kind of go through. So anyway, so what Claudia has done is basically they came through there, you're going back. And so basically she's just been dropping people off on the other side of the border, like straight up, like don't give a F, all right? She's been literally, dump trucks, just bringing the buses there, all right, unloading, get out of here. Peace. And everyone's like, hey, what are you doing? Hey, how am I going to get back to Venezuela? I don't know. How'd you get here? Figure it out. Bye. You know what I mean? And everybody. With everybody, all right? Saying it doesn't matter where you're from, okay? Now, in some cases, you know what I mean? Like, let's say Haiti, they'll find a way to get them to Haiti, whatever, okay? But these are just the immigrants here in Mexico already, okay? Claudia already said she's not going to be accepting no illegal immigrants from the USA unless they're Mexican. So, all the illegal immigrants that are Mexican, that are in the USA right now, or that are already getting deported, listen, hey, you're there illegally. It is what it is. You already know how you can get back in there. That's another story. We're not talking about that. The point is that all those, and don't get me started on all that. You know what I mean? Like, they're still going to be needing, the USA is going to need, a lot of work to be done. Okay, we look at the LA fires. Look at a bunch of things. They're going to need a lot of workers. Okay, you still got to, pick your vegetables and your fruit and. Okay, anywho's. Get out. They're kicking a bunch of illegals out and they'll make their way back with the right papers. The point is, Claudia says anyone that's Mexican and illegal in the USA, hey, if you get deported, hey, come on. You know what I mean? What are you doing? You know what I mean? Shame on you. Wink, wink. Anyways, but not just shame on you, wink, wink, but what we're going to do is that, hey, Pedro, why'd you go to the USA to work? Come and stay in Mexico. We want you here. Work here. Pedro might go back. Who knows? So this is not the point. But anyways, Claudia says for every Mexican that comes back to Mexico, we're going to give them 2,000 pesos. Now, that's like $100. That's not the point. No, $200, right? Yeah. No, it's $100. It's like, we're going to give you $100, which ain't nothing. But the point is that, hey, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to help you get back home. You might have come all the way from Oaxaca and it took you a long trek to get to, Phoenix or whatever. Anyways, So if you get deported, don't worry about it. We're gonna make sure you get back to Oaxaca. We'll give you we'll give you $100, whatever, blah blah blah. All right. So she's taking in all the Mexican immigrants. Now she specifically said if a legal Mexican resident of the USA. So again, I'm a Mexicano. I live in LA. I'm a legal resident. I'm not a citizen, but I'm just a legal resident. I'm doing my thing. I haven't done anything illegal. And I get deported. Okay, now we're going to have a problem. Because she said basically, hey, if you deport anyone that's legally there, well, guess what? We're going to start deporting, legally standing Americans in Mexico. So that's not going to happen. That's never going to happen. It's not going to happen. Okay. Like I said, America's built on immigration. The whole thing with immigration is like, hey, we just want you here legally. So obviously you're here legally. You got no problem. Okay. So that's the situation. So no one's going to get deported if you're here legally, no matter what. Okay. But if you're in the USA illegally, same as if you're here in Mexico illegally, yeah, start getting your papers read. All right. So, all right, now, okay, so that's that. Okay, so another thing that another thing that Claudia has done already, okay, before Trump said anything, before Trump even took office, okay, is that she has already militarized her southern border. So Mexico's southern border it was already militarized, meaning again, we're not letting any immigrations in, but now it's even more militarized. In fact, I was watching some videos recently, today, as again, as current as the last couple days, she has a lot of Mexican troops, okay, on the border, and they're actively just pushing the people back into Guatemala. And now, listen, this is Guatemala's problem now. This is another situation because it's like, hey, wait a minute. Now, what the hell is Guatemala supposed to do? But the reality is that all these countries have allowed free passage through, and there's a lot of them that are Guatemalan, all right, and from this area. So it's not like it's going to take them that far to get back. The point is that no, Mexico's not playing this game anymore. So all the illegal immigrants that are here in Mexico right now, or for the last 4 months, have been already getting deported, and this is going to keep going. They've already set up barriers, troops, the whole thing to not allow anybody else through. She said that obviously, migrant traffic has diminished immensely. So obviously now, as Trump takes power and he puts his troops on the border and does the same exact thing, well, it's going to be even less traffic. In fact, now the USA is just going to be taking care of their business, which is the same thing as Mexico's been doing, which is deporting illegal immigrants. That's it. Okay? That's it. So that's it. That's what's going on, all right? With that. Okay, so just FYI, that's the whole immigration situation. All right, now, the trade deals, the tariffs, all that crap. Okay, that basically that's been talked about, the rhetoric, all that. Okay, so Claudia said this. Again, you can look it up yourself. Again, I'm just translating because I speak Spanish and I'm curious. Because I live, here. I'm an American. I mean, come on, okay. And again, as you guys, I see there's more people watching right now from for anyone that's joining the show right now. I got no political affiliation with nobody. I don't pick a side. I'm not nothing. All right, so I'm just neutral. I'm just a human trying to be human, living my human life out here. Okay, and but it's a concern because for obvious reasons. Again, I'm an American, that lives in Mexico, been living here for almost 7 years. My parents, are Cuban. I was born and raised in Miami. So I have a different perspective on the whole relationship. Also, I'm very well versed on, what the empire does and has done. Hey, I'm Team USA because I'm an American born and raised. But again, these days everyone's like, hey, you got to pick a side. But I'm all about freedom and I'm all about what our founding fathers stood for, okay? Which is not, we're in a different place right now in the USA, but that's another topic for another day. I just kind of want to let everybody know, how I feel about the whole situation, all right? Because I'm neutral, okay? But I need to tell you guys, what's going on because it's it's important to all of us. So, anyways, because I was concerned too. You know what I mean? Just like Mexicans are concerned, we're all concerned. Americans are concerned, we're all, hey, what's going on? Okay, so back to the show. All right, so in fact, since I got all you guys here right now, if you guys want to know my real opinion on everything, go to my other channel. Okay, go to my other channel, Jose Unleashed. Okay, and I'm gonna go live as soon as I'm done here. Okay, I go live over there, and we're really gonna break it down. Okay, we're really gonna break down everything that's going on over there from a real perspective. But here, we're just talking about the relationship between the USA and Mexico, because that's what this channel is about, living in Mexico, from the perspective of an American, and yada yada yada. So again, go check out my other channel, please. And by the way, if you're enjoying this channel, you enjoy the content, and you want to help me out, you really want to help, go over there, give me a like, go over there, subscribe. That'll help me out, whether you like me or not, whether you want to hear it or not. That would really help me. All right, help you. No, but anyways, that's it. That's all I'm asking. All right, I never ask for anything. I'm all about my YouTube stuff. Okay. Now let's just get right into what back to the map. All right, what was I saying? What Claudia, okay? What she said. By the way, I see Genaro Diaz there with a $20 super chat, but real quick, before I read that. This is what she said, okay? Yesterday, basically, all right? She goes, because the Mexican people are concerned, okay? They really are. So she's speaking to the people every single day, all right? So anyway, so she says, listen, Mexican people, listen, peoples, you got nothing to worry about so far. Right now, the only thing that Trump has done with everything that he has signed is he's just signing exactly what he signed back in 2016, 2018. So back in 2016 and 2018, around that time, okay, he signed what he signed now. Okay, so basically, he signed these things, the immigration thing, the border thing, the bap. Okay, so he signed those things, and then when Biden got into power, he basically, unsigned them. Okay, threw them in the trash, and then that's when you saw the influx of immigration into the USA, and then all he did, okay, is just re-sign them. Okay, so that's what Claudia told the people. And by the way, as she was telling the people, she had in a big screen behind her the exact thing that Donald Trump signed. Okay, she was translating it, yada yada yada. So I mean, she's not just she's a very educated lady, and she's going to show you the proof. So she showed everybody. I read it. Okay, long story short, all he did is do exactly what he did the first time around. So nothing new there at all. About now the next, okay, so the next thing about the taxes, okay, the tariffs, the this, the that, the that. She said he did not sign anything on that. It's just a lot of rhetoric right now. We should know him by now. It is what it is. The minute he does something, then we're gonna react, because we're not gonna just take it. All right. We're a sovereign country. We got a lot of love and respect for the USA, but they better have love and respect for us, and that's it. And if they're going to tax us for no reason, well, we're going to tax them, whatever. And we're going to figure it out. But no, you know what I mean? We're not going to play that game. And again, he has not signed anything with that. When and if that happens, we will deal with it. Okay? So that's that. She said that she's already talked to Marco Rubio, and they got a great relationship so far. She's already talked to Trump. They got a great relationship so far. She's just kind of going through everything he signed and what he said. About the Gulf of America, that was another thing. She said, hey, whatever. You know what I mean? The only thing he signed, again, you can see it there, is that in the United States, okay, in the USA, in the continental USA, in Alaska, in Hawaii, in Guam, whatever, Puerto Rico, I don't care. I don't know, whatever. Anyways, but in the USA, from now on, okay, the Gulf of Mexico is going to be called the Gulf of America. So if you're in Wichita, Kansas, or Nashville, or Denver, in your history books and, whatever going forward, they're going to start calling it the Gulf of America. That's it. But on the rest of the planet, it's still the Gulf of Mexico, and it will always be the Gulf of Mexico. Again, just to give you, I don't want to go too deep into this because it's just dumb. But just Mexico. Mexica, okay? When Christopher Columbus, the Spanish, first landed out here, okay? And they encountered the Aztec and they encountered the Indians that live here, the indigenous people, whatever. Listen, okay? This is what they called that land already, Mexica, okay? And so they just basically, when Mexico became a country, they named it Mexico. So El Golfo de Mexica, you know, it's been around way longer before the first white man stepped out here. Okay. Well, I don't know. Maybe the Vikings came out here earlier or whatever. That's not the topic. That's not the point. The point I'm making is that, you know, again, that what she was telling the people. Hey, listen, it's just whatever he's telling the people in the USA, you know, to make them happy. Whatever it is, what it is. It doesn't really concern us, and it won't. All right. So, those are the things. All right. Let me now hold on. There's a few more things. There's a few important things I want to, you know, get into. But that just kind of trying to cover the basics there. Okay. That she basically said, hey, nothing's changed. I mean, saying nothing's changed since he first became president. Meaning, well, the only thing that changed, okay, is that now, as Trump became president and he signed those things that he had already signed in 2016, 2018, great. You know what I mean? This is going to help us with our immigration situation. Wonderful. Amazing. So again, she was just clarifying, you know, what I was, you know, about the fact that, again, if someone from Venezuela is in Iowa, okay, and they're getting deported, well, they're getting deported straight to Venezuela. They're not getting deported to Mexico. That kind of stuff. Okay, so that's what's gonna happen. The only people deported to Mexico are gonna be Mexicans. Mexico's also deporting. Okay, so we already covered all that. Okay, so both Mexico and the USA are on the same page and they're battling the same problem when it comes to immigration. Okay, so just FYI, whether you like Trump or not, whether you like Claudia or not, it doesn't matter. That's what they're doing. That's what's going on. She clarified it. They're both on the same page. It's been happening for 4 months. It's going to continue happening. As you already see, Trump's already, you know, working on that. Okay, again, like it or not, that's not my problem. That's your problem, all right? You know, you deal with that. All right. Renato Diaz, shout out to you with the $20 super chat. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Muchas gracias, senor. Let me see. All right. And Renato says, I admire, respect your perspective, keep it firm yet realistic. Do unto others as they do unto you. Matthew 7:12. Eres super chido, mano. Vamos a necesitar su ayuda cuando nos pasamos para Yucatán. Dios te bendiga siempre, hermano. All right. Dios te bendiga a ti también, man. Thank you very much. Shout out to you. Muchas gracias. You the man. All right. Okay. And I can say that now, right? Because Trump also signed it into, right? Only man and a woman. So, sorry. Joke. Anyways, okay. But look, at the end of the day, okay, so that's what's going on, all right? Now, what else? Okay, now I'm going to read comments, okay, in case there's anything else. Now, okay, one thing that was very concerning to me, that was very concerning to Mexicans, that's very concerning to people that know history here, and yada, 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 okay? And this is the one thing I do want to talk about here, whether, you know, you guys know about this or not, or even, okay. So to me, you know, there's no real problem with economics or immigration or nothing. Nothing. Okay, both countries get along great. They're going to keep getting along great. This is rhetoric, you know, said by both countries. You know, Claudia says things to, you know, to appease her people, just like Trump does. Whatever. It is what it is. They're both basically the same kind of president, right? They're very, very, very strong-willed and very, very whatchamacallit, populist, and very, very how do I say this? You know, all about you know, the sovereignty of our nation number one. All right, yada yada. Okay. One of the only thing that was concerning to me is something that has been concerning to me for a while, and it hasn't happened until Trump just took office and made it happen. And it is the fact that now the USA, going forward from today, for, well, 2 days ago, he has named cartels terrorist organizations. That's concerning. Very concerning. Because if you know your history out there, anytime that, you know, the USA names any group, okay, a terrorist, again, this happened 4 years, this happened during Biden's administration when he was labeling Americans, okay, terrorist, domestic terrorist. Okay, and by the way, Trump took that off, okay? So that's never good. That's not even what I'm talking about. In the past, God, I can't, it's like, this is, by the way, this is things that I can really go more in depth on my other channel. Okay? But I do have to talk about it here because it's part of the deal, part of the show. Okay. But anyways, anytime that the USA deems any organization terrorist, ISIS, whatever group out there, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's tons of groups, tons of people out there, tons of situations. What that allows them to do, what that allows the USA to do once they name an organization terrorist groups, is it allows them to just basically invade without invading, because they can basically take over legally in the court of the planet, okay, and into international whatever, um, because they're not sending troops, they're not sending a standing army, they're not sending the military into Mexico. What they do, or not Mexico, sorry, they're not sending the military into the Middle East. What they do is they'll send these mercenaries and CIA agents and okay. So and there's ways for them to infiltrate and get in there. So long story short, that's kind of like my concern, and Claudia's concern, and the Mexican people's concern, which we all know we all know America's history. And that's the thing. That's why I'm not affiliated with any team. I love the USA, but I know my history and I know what we're capable of, and yada yada yada. All right. And when you go to the rest of the world, listen, you don't think the rest of the world knows exactly what the US does all the time? Okay. All right. Okay. So trust me, when all of a sudden the USA is pointing at you, people are concerned. Okay. No matter what the situation is. All right. There's a saying that goes, it's like, it sucks to be USA's enemy, but it really sucks to be USA's friend. Okay. Anyways. So the concern is that now all of a sudden, the USA, all right, is going to now start sending troops into Mexico. And Claudia said, listen, if they even step 1 foot, if one troop steps 1 inch into Mexican sovereign territory, it's over. We're done. We're going at it. And what do I mean by going at it? Listen, the cartels, the Mexican army, everybody's going to go, the people, okay? I don't want to get into that. And I sincerely doubt that the USA would do that, but they have other ways to get around that. I don't want to get into that. So again, you want to know more about that? Check me out later, okay? Go check me out over there, and we'll go more deep into that, okay? The point I'm making, okay? The point I'm making is that I don't think is really too much of a concern, okay? What Claudia was also saying is that, listen, okay, with them naming, okay, the cartels a terrorist organization, okay, which would allow them to now go after them without impunity in the USA. Oh yeah, go for it. In fact, you need my help? You need Mexico's help? How can we help you get the cartel in the USA? No problem. Okay. So, because by the way, that's what it allows it to do. It allows the government, the U.S. government, to basically, go in, no warrant, no nothing, no, that's it. You know what I mean? You're done. You're gone. Okay. So, yeah, sure. You know what I mean? If the U.S. government is going to now start extinguishing, because by the way, in case anyone's not aware, the cartel, the Mexican cartel, is all over. They're embedded very deep. Okay. Into the USA these days. So yeah, no, listen, if that's what the president wants to do, great, wonderful. But just keep it on your side of the border. That's it. So, and again, there's more. Actually, it's not it. That's just it for here. Okay. Again, if you want for me to go deeper on this, I gotta do it on my other channel. But yeah, long story short, that's kind of it. That's all that really kind of concerns us for now. We do obviously have to keep an eye on this, because it's going to be concerning, obviously, going forward. But again, if we know anything from President Trump's first term, that was pretty peaceful. Okay, I'm expecting more of that. Until, you know what I mean? Okay, that's what I was expecting. I think what a lot of us are expecting. But until, now he's been, very, very publicly, saying things like, hey, we want Greenland. Hey, we want Canada. It's just Canada. You know what I mean? Hey, we want to get united with Mexico. By the way, Canada's down. Greenland is down. Both these places are down. down to go with the USA. Mexico is not. Mexico's not, okay? So that's why he hasn't really said much about that because, you know, Cloudy at the end of the day, she gets mad and she has been mad and she's already kind of. But anyways, long story short, but that he's already kind of been saying things like this, okay? Okay, number one, whether if we just get it through handshakes, business deals, great, wonderful. But again, the concerning thing here, okay, when it comes to again concerning, depending on how you're looking at it here, concerning thing about war here in this situation would be Marco Rubio, okay, and the whole thing with Marco again. This is my hometown. I'm from Miami. All right, shout out to Miami. All right, and that's where Rubio's from, so I kind of know him, know our area, and it's all Latin America. This is all Latin America here, okay. Anyways, with that said, this is Latin America. Okay, the Americas. Okay, and now with Senor Rubio in charge, well, he speaks Spanish. He's Cuban like me, speaks Spanish like me, kind of same background as me. And now all of a sudden, well, now we're pivoting towards Latin America, and whether Latin America likes it or not. And like I said, I can tell you what's going on already with Mexico. I can tell you what's going on with Cuba. I mean, this guy wants to invade Cuba. I mean, come on, literally. He wants to invade Venezuela, too. I am not pro-communism. I'm very anti-communist. Again, my parents are Cuban. We left because of communism. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Okay, but with that said, this guy's definitely not a fan. And definitely very war hawkish. So who knows what could happen? I mean, like I said, if we're going to be going to war, trying to invade Cuba, trying to invade Venezuela, trying to send troops through Latin America to scare the Chinese away. Because, by the way, China's embedded through all Latin America. It used to be the USA embedded throughout Latin America, but now it's China. So, the USA wants to change that again. All right. They're like, all right, okay. Too much Chinese food out here. We got to go. This got to go. So everything from the Panama Canal to what's going on in Nicaragua to what's going on basically all over Latin America right now. Brazil. Okay, I can go on and on. They're very, again, Venezuela, Cuba, very, very, the guy, I mean, come on, there's military bases in Cuba, Chinese military. Anyways, I don't want to get into that. By the way, I know, I'm Cuban. I've seen it, okay? I don't want to get into it. Look, the point is that these are real situations. And so now, we got this guy that's basically he's Scarface Jr. And, like I said, he's like, all right. By the way, the main concern here is, the whole imperialist thing and the whole idea behind their thought, the U.S., presidency, the U.S., what is it, part of the, how do I say, is the empire right now, is that, well, they got to keep empiring. And, this whole area right now, well, China is embedded there, one shape, form, or another. Okay. And so because of that, well, the USA is like, nah, we kind of have to shift that way. Okay. We got to have to, make sure that doesn't happen. Okay. And again, I don't want to get details. You can do your own research. You can go to Wikipedia and you can see the history of the USA in all of Latin America. Okay. And so basically it's like this. It's like the USA is threatening Latin America. Hey, you got to pick one or the other. You got to pick the USA or you got to pick China. Some of these countries, believe it or not, some of these countries they got into deals with China. They don't want to be in deals with China. So the USA is like, hey, we got you. We got you. All right. We'll kick out China. You can make a deal with us. Don't worry about it. We got it. Okay. Rubio's on his way. All right. Some of these countries like Venezuela and Cuba, again, the USA hates them. So they're playing, they're in bed with China. So at the Panama Canal, I don't want to get into that. I really don't want to get into that. Because look, honestly, it's all about just, influence, straight up influence. And so the USA is going to use any excuse in the book to kick out China. All right. To take control of this choke point, because that's what it is. It's a choke point. Okay. But a lot of people don't understand, that choke point is look, it's a Panama Canal. Okay. That choke point, okay, is going to get taken over by the USA. All right. China already knows this. China's already been establishing another route, okay, through Manzanillo or something like that, somewhere around here. There it is. Boom, right here. So the Chinese basically Okay, the Chinese are basically landing there. Okay, their ships, coming from Asia. But not the Chinese, everybody, all the Asians, okay? They're bringing their stuff over here, they're landing here, and they're making their way across here to the Gulf of America. Sorry, I can't. Anyways, so they make here to the Gulf, and then they go to Houston, they go to Miami, they go to wherever they go to Europe. Okay, or vice versa. All the stuff coming from over here, coming through here. So long story short, that's already happening. So yeah, the U.S. has definitely got to control the Panama Canal. But anyway, I can go on and on. Like I said, I go more in detail later. Okay, go on my other channel, on my other live stream once we're done here. But as I was saying, you got to remember Mexico. Okay, is basically one of the most, if not the most important country in Latin America. And then the other two most important countries are Brazil and Argentina. Brazil is leaning towards, China heavily and all that heavily. And the USA is trying to, get them on our team. Argentina is on the USA's team. But like I said, all these countries, depending on the country, depending on Panama's on the USA's team, believe it or not. Okay. So all these countries, right now, okay, that's going on. All right. So just keep, just be aware. And so now, like I said, we got now Rubio in there, and Rubio's basically and he's like a little Napoleon type guy. All right. Like I said, he has a complex. Okay. So he's basically now going in there and doing what the US, okay, did back in the day, which is now, hey, we're going to go hard into Latin America. So, and obviously, Mexico down. Okay. So that's everybody down. So a country like Canada or Greenland, they might be easy to join, the coalition here, whatever, but it's not going to be the same for Latin America. And so that's really, the U.S. is the U.S. is kind of pivot going forward here. Okay. Because as this whole area here, that's a situation. And, again, we're going to go into detail on the other channel. Sorry, I was already about to keep going. I can't on this channel. But long story short, all right, you want to know more about all that, we'll talk about it later. All right, now, what I'm going to do now is, I guess I'll take some questions. I don't know if you guys have any questions out there. 1 second. But yeah, I mean, man, it's pretty insane to me. It's only day 3 and so much has gone on already. Man, but like I said, for anyone looking to move to Mexico right now, I don't know who you are in the audience. There's a lot of people in the audience. There's a lot of people looking into moving to Mexico. You got no concerns. You got no problems. You know what I mean? Like I said, you know what I mean? You got really nothing to worry about. You know what I mean? Like Mexico, like I said, there's nothing going on with the immigration situation, nothing, that I see going forward either with that. I think, like I said, as I was saying earlier in the show, when Claudia was speaking to the Mexican people very recently, Claudia Sheinbaum, the Mexican president, she was basically just saying, hey, look, everything that Trump signed is things that he signed before. That's it. So we got nothing to worry about. And, going to the trade deal. Okay, so she even, because that was another thing too. One of the things that I forgot to mention. So again, everything that he signed, same thing. So everything immigration wise, like I said, we already talked about it earlier today. They're both on the same page, yada yada yada. But the trade deal, the NAFTA, the U.S. trade Canada, whatever deal, whatever. So the only thing he signed, okay, which again she had it up on screen showing the Mexican people and again translating exactly what Trump signed. All he signed was a piece of paper saying that the stipulations of the original trade deal that Trump signed when he was in office are going to continue. And what was that? Well, part of the agreement of the original deal, okay, of the original, U.S., Canada, Mexico deal was that in 2026, they would all get together, all 3 countries, and they're going to revisit the deal. And, they're going to determine whether they got to change the deal or not, saying, hey, the deal is not fair for Mexico and not fair for Canada. We need to fix that. Or, hey, it's not fair for the USA, but fair for Mexico, but extra fair for Mexico. We got to fix that, whatever. So that's it. That's all it was. Part of something that was already part of the deal because of the original NAFTA had no such clause. And basically, that's why, the USA took full advantage of that, and Mexico got up the butt, by that. And now, when they signed this other deal with Trump, AMLO, Andres Manuel Obrador Lopez, AMLO, which was Mexican president before Claudia. He signed the deal with Trump, and then it was a fair deal, very fair deal. But part of that deal was that, again, going forward, every 6 years or something like that, they would revisit and restructure the deal if necessary. That's it. So basically, when he signed, the economic thing with Mexico, again, right now, as he took office in the inauguration day, again, all he did was just, hey, we're gonna do, hey, we're making sure that we're gonna follow through on the original deal. So that's what he signed. The immigration stuff, again, things that he had already put into place 2016, 2018, that when Biden took out, okay, when he took off, when he took those things out of when he took those executive orders that Trump signed in 2016 and 2018 out, that's what caused the immigration crisis. So all Trump did was re-sign them. So again, this is all what Claudia was saying. By the way, shout out to Teresa. Thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Muchas gracias. Thank you very muchi. So that's it. So like I said, real quick. So that's what the Mexican president did. She was reiterating everything. She was translating and telling the Mexican people everything that Trump signed that pertained to Mexico. And so far, she said, we got nothing to worry about. There are no tariffs. There's no nothing. He's just talking a lot of talk. Nothing to worry about. The Gulf of America is just for America, nobody else. Doesn't matter. And nothing to be concerned about. No one's getting deported. Blah, 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 blah. So yeah, so anyways, all right, so that's it. We've already clarified everything. So long story short, nothing for you to worry about. You can still come to Mexico, move to Mexico, live in Mexico, retire in Mexico, or whatever. You know what I mean? Look, for a lot of people out there in the audience, I sympathize in the sense of, like, I get it that maybe some of you guys are looking into moving to Mexico now more than ever because Trump took office. But look, this is something I tell everybody. It doesn't matter who's in office. That should not determine why you want to move. Okay? So whether it was Biden or Trump, or it doesn't matter who's in office, that should not determine whether you move to Mexico or not. You should have already made that decision, and that decision should be very, very clear before you come out here. To me, it really doesn't matter who's president. Honestly, I like Trump as president because, it's man, I can't believe it's day 3, and this guy is just one thing after the other. It's just cracking me up, okay? I'm looking at it from a different perspective, okay? I was like, wow, this is funny. All right. This is good stuff. And again, please, go check out, go check out my other channel. Okay. Like I said, go, and I'm going to put the link here in the chat. Okay. Go check out over there so you can really see what I really, really think. It's going to be wild, bro. So wild that this guy got elected. I mean, not that wild, but just wild, all the things he's doing. So, my God. And like I said, I don't agree with everything, but hey, we're not going to lose out. Okay. We're not going to lose the next 4 years. We're going to win. All right. So again, like him or not, I highly suggest you figure out how to win. Okay. And, don't end up losing. All right. This shouldn't matter if who's president. All right. But anyways, the point I'm making is that, exactly. It doesn't matter. Blue, red, it's all the same shit. You know what I mean? But anyways, we cannot sit here and pretend like again, man, it's just again, I want to say more on this channel, but I can't. Look, the point is that it really doesn't matter. It's all a movie, it's all a show, it's all a whatever. And so they just chose him, to kind of give you, kind of go on the path that we're going on. Whatever, it's fine. It doesn't matter. To me, it's like I'm just sitting back, watching a movie, enjoying the popcorn, living life, enjoying life, whatever, it's like, all I'm saying is that it really doesn't matter who was going to be president. This everything that's going on was going to happen. All right. So yeah, like, there's a lot to smile about. All right. One way or the other. So don't let your emotions, all right, dictate your behavior here. All right. Stay focused. All right. Focus, people. Focus. All right. All right. So now what I'm going to do is read some comments or read some whatever chat. All right. I know you've asked me a bunch of things. It's all going, I'm not going to scroll up too much. So just ask it again. If there's something you want me to talk about or ask me or whatever, Ask me now. Ask me again. I'm not gonna go through the chat. All right. Shout out to Julio with the $1 super chat. Oh my god. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks. Neon Anime says it's like picking your favorite professional wrestler. Yeah. Hey, look, you know who my favorite wrestler was? The Rock. The Rock. Look, I don't like The Rock right now, but back in the day, I loved The Rock. Are you kidding me? Anyone that followed wrestling back in the day, that guy was awesome. Look, I used to watch wrestling when I was a kid. Let me emphasize that. Anyways, when I was a kid, I loved wrestling. But even back then as a kid, I knew it was fake. I also knew, hey, you know what I mean? This is just like a soap opera for guys. That's all it was. Look, I was Latino, all my mom, my sister, my grandma, they all listen, they all watch novellas, they all watch the soap operas, whatever. Whatever. So what is wrestling? That's all wrestling is. Soap opera for guys. So so when I was a kid, yeah, wrestling was great. But I mean, when I watched wrestling, my favorite part was when they were, talking to each other, or hey, I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna not the fighting. When they were wrestling, that was boring. I would just, go watch football or whatever. But yeah, are you kidding me? I loved, you know what I mean? So that's why I loved The Rock, because The Rock, I mean, come on, that guy was a poet. That guy was hilarious. It was like Trump. I mean, it was like having Trump, you know what I mean, as a wrestler. You know what I mean? Everything he would say was gold, was comedy gold. Jerry, that's comedy gold. All right, all right. But yeah, but look, honestly, we got the best guy for the job in there right now. And, it is what it is. That's it. You know what I mean? It's, there's no crying in baseball. All right. Just, it is what it is. Accept it. Like it or not. You don't have to like him. He's not. Anyways, shout out to John Boy with a $2 super chat. Shout out to you. Thank you, brother. Muchas gracias. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Hi from Louisiana. Hola, hola. Man, I heard a lot of snow hitting up the Gulf there. The whole Gulf of Mexico there. From Texas to Louisiana, the Panhandle, Florida. Oh man, I was watching some pictures of Florida with snow, the beaches, with the snow on it. That was crazy. That was crazy. So, wow. Oh, there you go. News One, Border Town. Shout out to you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, so look, I mean, right now, I mean, yeah, you know what I mean? That's it, man. We're gonna be in for some interesting times. That's for sure. And look, so far so good. You can't say Trump isn't doing what he said he was gonna do. He's doing it. So like I said, whether you agree with it or not, it's happening. It's happening. So, but again, it's not as it seems, okay? There's a lot of good and a lot of bad. So, but just looking at it from the perspective of like, hey, I'm living in Mexico, I'm an American, yada yada yada. Things are good. Outlook very good. Okay, outlook very very good. All right. So Greenland and Canada are not down. Well, look, you're right. You're right. Canada's not like, hey, ain't bowing down to the throne or anything. But Greenland is actually down. Again, I'll discuss that more on the other live stream. Yeah, Greenland, look, what Greenland is that they are a colony still of Denmark or some, whatever country out there. And long story short, they're a colony. And so they have to rely on that country in Europe. And that country in Europe is not really taking care of the colony. And so now all of a sudden the USA is like, hey, listen, we got money. All right. You see all that money we give to all these countries? Now imagine if you were part of the country. All right. I mean, again, I'm not saying I agree with it, but that's kind of like where they're enticing the people there. And yeah, a lot of Greenland people are very, they wouldn't, they wouldn't want to do that. So, but you're right. Again, not everybody. I'm not saying everybody in Greenland's, down. It's always going to be people that are not down. But I mean, look, to me, the whole thing is crazy. You know what I mean? I mean, really. You know what I mean? The whole thing is crazy. The fact that if he were to all of a sudden not get Greenland, that'd be pretty nuts. I don't know if it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think, obviously I don't, we're not gonna take over freaking Canada. That's also dumb. But I mean, like I said, it is interesting, just everything he's saying out there. and how he has a lot of the world on edge. Again, you got to remember, there's a lot of countries in the world. Some countries are scared. Some countries are on edge. Some countries are happy. Like India, very happy. That Trump got elected. Japan, very happy. South Korea, I can go on. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, there's many. A lot of countries in Argentina was at Trump's freaking inauguration. You know what I mean? So but not everybody's happy. Not everybody. So just keep that in mind. It's just a lot of interesting things going on. That's for sure. So that's right. Just keeping the masses entertained. Um, you already know. Anyways, Lenora says, I can't wait to move to Mexico. No more snow, no more cold sunshine. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, man. So look, right now I'm freezing my ass off right now, and the weather. Hold on, let me see. Hold on one second. What am I doing here? Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna check so I can check the weather here. No, no, no. So we're 72 degrees right now, and I'm freezing. So yeah, I'm sure. Well, I mean, I used to live in Seattle, man. I'm not. No, no. It was okay for a little while, but I'm not a fan of the cold. By the way, many parts of Mexico under snow. Lots of places in Mexico, like in the northern Mexico, like Durango and all that stuff. Oh my god, like winter wonderland out there. I had no idea. I had no idea. So yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't know. Like these are the mountains up here, like very very high. Most of Mexico's in the mountains, and a lot of snow. A lot of snow. Pretty cool. So yeah, a lot of the cartel country under snow there. You imagine, the cartels out there, having a snowball fights, that'd be pretty hilarious. um, Let me see. What is a vibe in Mexico towards the people in the U.S. right now? Look, well, again, this is something that you got to understand too that most countries, but most people in most countries, they know how to separate politics from the people. So, most Mexican people, they treat Trump and the president and politics one way and the people another way. And there is racism, there is xenophobia, there is, all that crap, you know what I mean, here, just like there is over there. You will see places, where, they might not like gringos so much, just like you're going to find places in the USA where they might not like Mexicans so much, you know what I mean? And so on and so forth. But for the most part, sentiments is basically the same. It's not, hasn't changed. I mean, like I said, right now, what's going on is that a lot of Mexico is scared. A lot of Mexico's scared of Trump. What I mean, as to what he said he wants to do towards Mexico. That's why the Mexican president has spent so much time and effort clarifying to the Mexicans what he signed, what he did. Nothing to worry about yet. And if he does something, the steps that she's going to take and what's going to happen going forward. So, long story short, we got to remember, look, we've talked about it multiple times on the channel, okay? That the relationship between the USA and Mexico has never been stronger. It hasn't. It's just stronger than ever. And it's an economic relationship, okay? This is straight up. As the USA has had to rely less and less on China and Asia and Taiwan, well, guess what? You know what I mean? They have to rely on other entities, and Mexico's number one partner, and so is the rest of Latin America. Okay? So instead of, I don't know, dealing with Asia and China, especially if, I don't know, maybe World War III goes out there, I don't know, who knows? Hey, whatever. Hey, you never know. Well, hey, instead of, making this shirt in Pakistan, hey, maybe we'll make it in Ecuador. Hey, the computer chips, okay, that come from Taiwan, hey, we're building them in Guadalajara. We got nothing to worry about, okay? Nvidia, the biggest chip maker, American chip maker, they're building the biggest chip plant there in Guadalajara. Mexico is making their own computer chip. Like, hey, this is the Mexican computer chip made by Mexicans in Mexico. So, your TVs, your phones, your cars, your technology, a lot of that stuff is actually being made in Mexico right now. Mexico makes is gonna Mexico and Latin America. But anyways, the hardware, your hardware, the physical things, they come from other countries, and the USA is in charge of the software. Okay, the YouTubes, the Facebooks, the Googles, the Apples. Okay, and like I said, I'll go more into detail in my other live stream here. But like, this is pertaining to this. And again, but the relationship economic wise is beyond strong. And the threat from China is huge. It's a threat to both Mexico and the USA. Obviously a bigger threat to the USA. So no, yeah, I mean, forget the rhetoric, forget the propaganda, forget what they're saying and what this is the reality. Okay? They're working together, stronger than ever. That's not, I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You know what I mean? In fact, what's Trump going to do? They're probably going to make it even stronger. Let's sign some more deals. Let's make some more money. Let's build some more things. We have to rely less and less on this part of the world. And, we have to rely more on this part of the world and vice versa. Okay? Think about it. It'd be a lot more beneficial for, everyone in the Americas to work together as opposed to, again, working, across this ocean. Okay? And China's over here, they're dealing with all this over here. Okay, but don't forget we have our influence there too. Okay? And there's a lot of things going on right now. So again, we'll talk about it more on the other live stream. But anyways, shout out to Dominic with the $10, and we got Henry with the $5 super chat. Wow. Shout out to both of you guys. All right. So shout out to Henry, which is gracias, for the $5, and shout out to Dominic with the $5 as well. Hells yeah. Making it rain. Thank you very much, guys. All right. Okay, so let me see. Oh, wow, we got a bunch of questions. All right. Let me see. Saludo says, thoughts on the relationship between Mexico and the U.S. and the economic impact it will have now that Trump... Yeah, like I said, I literally just spent 2 hours talking about it, or an hour talking about it. But yeah, like I was saying, stronger than ever. And that's not going to end. Are you kidding me? It's only going to get stronger and stronger. And look, guys, remember what I said earlier, okay? About what Scheinbaum's doing, with immigration and how, she's kicking everybody out and yada, yada, yada. So basically, you got to remember, Trump was telling the people a certain rhetoric about what he's going to make Mexico do and what Mexico is going to do with the immigration and what we're going to do with the immigration, yada, yada, yada. Anyways, like I was saying, since 4 months ago already, 4 months and going, Mexico's already been doing that. So when Trump is going to report back to the American people, he's going to say, hey, look, you see, everything I said, I did it. I can't do an impression. I'm the greatest president ever. Look at that. See, she closed the southern border. See, we closed the northern border. See, they're building the wall. See, they're deporting everybody. See, we're deporting Mexicans. You see, we're all playing ball. I'm glad that she's playing ball. Her. No tariffs. But behind the scenes, they're both like, buddy. They're hugging each other. They're having champagne. They're making gazillions of dollars on all our backs. All right. So, don't get me started. Okay. So, behind the scenes, they're cozy, they're nice, they're great, they're wonderful. Like I said, Marco Rubio has already had multiple, meetings with the president, same as Trump. Give me a break. Okay. So they're working very closely together. Now, Trump has to say certain things to the people that voted for him, and he has to say it in a certain way that might sound a little off-putting, maybe even racist to some people. And that's why, again, Mexico, a lot of Mexicans speak English. They know what's going on. But at the same time, they're concerned. They're like, hey, wait a minute. We got along with Trump last time. Why is Trump now all of a sudden, saying all these kind of, racist things? And so that's what Claudia's saying. Hey, listen, relax. He's just saying those things for the certain people that voted for him. Not everybody that voted for him. Okay, let me clarify that. But come on. Don't get me started. You guys know what's up. And that's all he's doing. Come on now. Really, it's like by the way, I'm so glad that this time around, more people are more wide open with their eyes open to what's really going on. And they just see Trump for who he is and what he is. That's it. Okay. And but long story short, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, You know what I mean? It's pretty interesting to kind of see it all play out. And it's only day 3, guys, people, audience, my God. So yeah, no, it's gonna be very interesting going forward. That for sure. You know what I mean? At the very least. So see, I don't know. Oh my gosh, I'm losing internet there. I'm losing internet. Am I still there? Let me know when I get back. It says here on my feed the internet is down. Let me know when the internet is back. Anyways, all right. I'm just gonna read some comments here in silence. I'll put some music on, I guess. Gotta start wrapping this up soon. See, I'm the government might not like what I'm saying over here. Let me know. Let me know if the feed is coming in through, because I'm getting a thing here that's saying it's not. Live is not down? Okay. All right, we're not down. Well, anyways, regardless, guys, I got to get going anyway because we got to start another live stream soon. We're not going yet. We're going to stay here for a couple more minutes. But again, guys, remember, I'm going to go live, okay, in 45 minutes, okay? Soon, we're going to go live over there. Again, by the way, guys, if you guys enjoyed the videos on my channel, you guys enjoy my content, you enjoy my live streams, you enjoy everything I do here, you want to help me out, please go over there, give me a like. What? Don't give me a like. I mean, if you want to give me a like, great, but give me a subscribe. Subscribe. Please subscribe, okay? That would help me out greatly. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Let's make it happen. We're monetized over there already. So let's go. Let's go. Again, the reason monetization is important is not, you know, because I get a few more bucks. A lot of it has to do with YouTube, meaning that, you know, if the videos are monetized, that means that they make money on the videos. So they're going to push out the videos more. So it'll help me grow more. Being monetized just helps me grow more because YouTube, being capitalist, shout out to YouTube out there, you know, they want to make money. So, you know, obviously they see that people are interested. Well, they're going to show the videos. So, all right. Let me see. I'm reading some of your comments there. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting, you know, kind of to see it all kind of play out anymore. I guess I got no more questions here. Hey, tips from people on here that are fluent in Spanish as a second language. Yeah, speak Spanish. Oh, there we go. All right. We got somebody in here. In Mexico, nobody are scary about the idiot orange thing. You are scared to defend your freedom and start to immigrate to Mexico because your economy, it's down. Sí, oye, Brody, mira, ok, yo hablo español, yo te puedo hablar en español. Pero acuérdate que ustedes también, you know, cuántas décadas, you know, y yo soy cubano, you know, cuántas décadas lo hemos pasado yendo a los Estados Unidos haciendo lo mismo, ok? So all I'm saying to the guy out there is like, hey, you know, I don't want to hear it. I'm an immigrant too. Parents of immigrants, you know, how many decades, you know, have we gone on into the USA to take advantage of the better economic situation in the USA? Well, now things are turning. The economic situation in the USA, quality of life in the USA is not as good. So a lot of people are moving to Mexico because, well, Mexico's better. Mexico's a better economy, better quality of life, better everything. And that's it. So just like many Mexicans moved to the USA, you know, for many decades when, you know, Mexico was not so good. Well, and by the way, MA, you know, in the audience, shout out to you out there. But a lot of the people that are moving to Mexico are Mexican Americans. Okay, so, you know, and Latinos, but a Mexican American. So, you know, a Mexican that was born in the USA, grew up in the USA, they're coming back. A Mexican that as a child, okay, grew up, born in Mexico, went to the USA as a child, and grew up his whole life there. Well, they're coming back, okay? So, I don't know if you understood me or not, but I think you did, okay? So, yeah, you know what I mean? It is funny seeing the tables turn, seeing it go the other way around. Like I said, I have a really completely different perspective. You know, my parents were Cuban. I grew up in Miami during the 80s, during Scarface. Come on, you know what I mean? I know a lot. Okay, I've seen a lot. I've been through a lot. And does the cartel tax my business? No, the government does. Well, yes, the cartel does tax my business, but you know, but I prefer to call them the government. Okay, because you know that's what they are. Cartel, mafia, government, they're all the same shit. But yes, I pay taxes to the government. Are you kidding me? You better pay taxes to Uncle Sam. You better. You know, so yeah, 100%. So, but yeah, no, I mean, to me, yeah, it's just hilarious, you know, seeing, you know, always, you know, people going back and forth on this. So, let me see. Neon says, I'm moving to Mexico. Awesome. More freedom. That's right. More freedom out here. So, anyways, more libertarian out here, you know, live and let live. You know, it might not be for everybody, but it is what it is. But anyways, all right, guys. Yeah, I don't know why I'm getting here on my stream, you know, that it's down, even though, well, it says I'm live, all right? So obviously you guys are talking to me. All right, so, but I gotta go anyways. I really gotta go because I gotta get ready for my other live stream and stuff like that. I really, really, really hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's chat. I really hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me today. I'm talking about Mexico and basically talking about, you know, Trump taking power now. And how this is going to affect everybody. Again, seems like, you know, everything's going to be okay. Seems like everything's going to be all right. So that's good for now. I'll keep you, by the way, as things change going forward, obviously, you know what I mean? You know, if there are things that pertain, you know, you know, again, yeah, sorry, I got the, whatchamacallit, the tortilla guy, you know. Anyways, all right, sorry. What I was going to say, going forward, remember, we got 4 years now. There might be situations in which, you know what I mean? Like the USA, you know, Trump, whatever. There might be situations between them and Mexico. Good, bad, ugly, whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're going to cover it here. But honestly, I don't think there's going to be much to cover. I mean, we'll see. Hopefully not. Hopefully there's nothing to cover going forward. And all we're covering is what we covered right now. But regardless, you know, we're going to see how it all plays out going forward, and it's going to be interesting. But again, just to reiterate before I let all of you guys go, you got nothing to worry about. Everybody is working together. So, M.A., háblame en español, brother, porque yo no te entiendo nada de lo que me estás diciendo en inglés, ¿ok? Mejor habla en el idioma que sabes hablar mejor, ¿ok? Porque ahora mismo tú me estás tratando de hablar inglés y tú estás tratando de ser gringo, tú estás tratando de ser americano. Coño, bro, come on, man. But no, because I'm basically saying, like, hey, listen, man. Listen, MA, in the chat, speak to me in Spanish. I don't understand your English. You're out here, you know, talking about, you know, Mexicans and in the USA or whatever, and it's like, and you're speaking in English? You already know I speak Spanish? You know, you're trying to be American gringo, the same thing that you're trying to insult. Oh, man, it's just so funny, man. That's what I'm saying, too. You know, when you travel the world, you see, you know, that there's bigots and racists and idiots and all kinds of things all over in every part of the world, just like here, just like in the USA, you know, I can go on and on. You know, look, how about this? I used to always think Canadians were nice and chill, whatever, until I met a lot of Canadians and they're like, oof, you know? So, but anyways, it is what it is. Neon anime, okay, thank you, okay. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Thank you for welcoming us to Mexico, MA. Shout out to you. Oh, we got Pablo with the $10 super chat. Oh my God. Man, you guys just don't want me to go. You guys want me to hang out, don't you? By the way, guys, like I said, you know, on my other live stream, we're monetized over there, so you guys can super chat over there. Finally, see, look, you see can you see it? Hold on. So you guys can super chat right there. All right. All that stuff. So go, you know, give me some love over there. Go subscribe over there. Can't wait to see you guys over there. We're going to go live soon over there, 30 minutes. All right. Have some fun. A lot of fun over there. Pure entertainment. It's also entertainment here, but you know. Anyways. But anyways, I love all you guys, okay? All of you, all right? I appreciate all of you guys. You have no idea. It really, really, really makes me happy to be able to, you know, do this, you know, for a living, you know, make YouTube videos and inform you guys and talk to you guys about all this. And look, like I said, you know, it's going to be a crazy ride going forward. We got a lot of things, you know, to keep an eye on, you know, to say the least. But, you know, again, it should not matter who is president, whether you're going to move to Mexico or not. All right. Long story short. And, yeah, if you've been thinking about moving to Mexico, it better now than ever. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, you know what I mean? Like, the longer you wait, the more difficult it's going to be. As we've talked about on the channel multiple times, Mexico is ready for the influx of Americans and Canadians. And so therefore, hey, you're getting residency very easily through the R&E program, but at a cost. Again, one thing that we were surprised with was the increase in prices on everything, going forward. In fact, let me show you that real quick before I go, because I have it here. All right, what happened? Hey, hold on a second. Stupid computer. All right, there we go. So the new fees are in. Okay, I know you can't see it there. Whatever, you can get it yourself online. But the point is that all the new fees are in, and whether you're getting residency through the R&E program, through financial solvency, through marriage, through whatever, everything's increased. And so Mexico, they're kicking out the immigrants that cannot afford this. All right, that's all. I guess that's it. You know what I mean? That's basically it. That's what it runs down to. Okay, so if you cannot afford your government fees to stay in the country, they don't want you. All right, that's it. That's basically what it boils down to, okay? Mexico's different than the USA. Mexico's basically, you want to stay in Mexico? No problem. No problem. We got you. These are the fees. Oh, I don't got the fee. All right, bye. See you later. That's it. Okay, so, but, the R&E program, not only did it get extended, but the fees increased a lot. And so to me, going forward, I'm thinking, I'm sorry. I mean, and especially now, everything getting along. Again, outside of Trump doing something crazy, which I don't think he's going to do, but you never know. Biden did a bunch of crazy shit. Anyways, the point is that at the end of the day, start figuring this out, because I really do have a feeling, that the R&E program is not going to go anywhere anytime soon, but it's just going to get more expensive. Claudia, she wants to make sure she gets all that money, or as much money as she can, so yeah. I mean, it's, the writing's on the wall. It's right there. So just, make sure, to just, if you're going to come, do it, legally. That's it. Jose, you are so negative. How am I negative? You don't know anything about Mexico? Stop saying, well, you know what? I got a lot of Mexican friends, got a lot of Mexican family out here. I got a Mexican wife. Got a lot of people out there that can actually say the complete opposite of that. But hey, I don't know. You're right. We're all gonna, take advice from someone in the chat. You know what I mean? That doesn't even have a face, or we know who he is. But yeah, man. You're right. I don't know anything. In fact, you're 100% correct. I don't know anything. No YouTuber knows anything. No one knows anything. You guys should all educate yourself. So everything that I told you today, you guys should go verify. Like, it's very easy to go verify. And that's it. You know what I mean? You can simply go to Claudia Scheinbaum's, or her YouTube page. Okay, and you can. You mean seriously? You know what I mean? In fact, let's do it. Let's do it. You're right. You should verify. 1 second. Let me get it ready here. Okay. You're right. You're right. When you're right, you're right. You're right. Okay, 1 second. Oh, man, I can't wait. Okay. Oh, sorry. I saw something else here. Oh my God. Yeah, I really gotta get out of here. Sorry, I really gotta end this. Okay, because I gotta go. But before I go, I want to show you one last thing. Okay, look, real quick. By the way, shout out to you, MA. All right, so look, do your own research. Okay, look, right there. Boom, Claudia Sheinbaum. Boom, President of Mexico. Click, click. Okay. In fact, you see videos. By the way, you can do the same thing with my channel. Okay. Videos. Where was she pumps out so many videos, man. Holy crap. Where was the thing where she was talking about Trump? Whatever, man. Look, it doesn't matter. Pick a video. Okay, you pick a video, and then when you pick the video, okay, here, let me get my face out of the way so you guys can see what I mean. Okay, you go right here, okay, to the options. Oh, you can't see it. 1 second. There you go. Okay. Okay, so you see the bottom right, okay, right there in the options. Okay, you see that little HD. See settings. Click on settings. Okay, you go all the way right here. It says subtitles. Okay, hold on. I gotta move this a little bit more. There. Okay. Okay, so look, turn on closed caption. Okay, then you go here to settings. You go to subtitles. Okay, and then you see right here Spanish auto-generated to English. Okay, if for whatever reason that option is not there, you go to auto translate. okay? And then you kind of figure it out. But anyways, it's right there, okay? And it'll translate to English. You see? It's in English, okay? And you can practice your Spanish too, okay? Yeah. Thank you, M.A. Sí, yo soy un gordito muy rico y muy bonito. Vete pa' coño tu madre, come mierda. Anyways, fuck out of here. Yeah. Hey, look, man, it's like I love when people troll me. It's like when people troll Trump. You know what I mean? It's like trolling the king troll. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Give me. You know, obviously you don't know who I am. Have fun. You know what I mean? Like, are you kidding me? Anyway, so yeah, great. This is a learning opportunity for everybody. So please go to Claudia Scheinbaum's page, and you can see for yourself, and you can read it for yourself, and you can hear it for yourself, and you don't have to take my word for it. Okay. All right. Again, just look, go to her page, live, where it says live streams, okay? And every day she goes and does a live stream, okay? And you can listen to her, okay? Look, she's talking about women there, women's rights and the women this and the ba ba da ba da. And again, closed captioning, yada, yada, yada. Now, maybe no closed captioning for this one, whatever, but it doesn't matter. It's there, okay? She reposts all this stuff, okay? Even the live streams, okay? Look at that, okay? Okay, this one, there you go. This one has the closed captioning on it, okay? See? All right? That's it. So, yeah, anywho's. Yeah, so the R&E, just going back to the R&E is just going to get more expensive, right? But it's not going anywhere. So, which way do you think the exchange rate is going to go when Trump in office? Well, we're already seeing it. It's going to be in our favor, okay? So it's just going to go, it might be going higher, 21, 22, 20, then we'll see, So that's what I'm saying. It's a great time, okay? Great time to start, really making that move. Because, again, especially now with the dollar, okay? Lick boots. Oh man. Do you even see my shirt? The last thing I do is lick boots. Are you kidding me, bro? Are you kidding me? I hate the cops. Oh wait, I can't even. Oh, there you go. Look. Do you see my shirt? Come on, man. Come on. I know bootlicker. I ain't like the cops. I don't like authority. You must be new here. You definitely must be new here. Yeah. Anyways. All right. I'm gonna get out of here. In fact, I'm gonna get rid of this guy. All right, MA, you done. You're out of here. Remove. Peace. Thanks for joining. Thanks for playing. Peace out. And for anyone out there, again, hey, you know the deal, guys. If you like this kind of content, all right, if you enjoy everything I do here, you already know what to do. Don't forget to please like, please subscribe, please share, please hit the bell icon. But more importantly than anything else, please stay awesome. Again, go pay me some love. Go join me over there. We're going to go live in 28 minutes. All right. We got an awesome show for you today because I got a lot of things to talk about. I'm going to put it in the chat. All right. Go check it out. And how can you get in contact with me? Easy. You go to my website. On my website, all my information is there. All my contact information is there. You can check it out. All the way to the bottom is my email and other ways to contact me. But email, everybody, email. Okay, anyone out there that wants to contact me, email. I basically don't answer anything else. All right, don't be Facebook messaging me or anything like that. All right, email. All right, anyways, email. And it's all the way. It's on the website. But again, on the website, tons of free information. Okay, on my YouTube page, tons of free information. By the way, I did a little I redid a little feng shui on the site. So go check it out. But long story short, tons of free information, right up there, right next to the store. Search. You get to search R&E, search whatever you want to search. It doesn't matter. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. YouTube. Go to my YouTube page. Go to my website. Okay. And like I said, tons of free information, how to move to Mexico, living in Mexico. Personalized consultation. So if you want to have a one-on-one consultation, one-on-one talk with me, you can do that. Again, just set that up, by clicking on that button. All right. And that's it. I got to get out of here. So, all right, guys. Thanks again for watching. Love you guys. Peace out. I'll see you guys in 30 minutes on my other channel. All right. Love you guys. And I'll see you here on Sunday. Got a really awesome video coming up. And I'll see you guys here again every single Thursday. We go live. So love you guys, and I'll see you guys over there 30 minutes. All right. Bye.